We're going to talk about every DJ conference that's happening in 2023. Everyone that I could find, that is, okay? If I didn't find you, if I missed you, put it in the comments, but also work on your marketing because you didn't pop up in 3 Google pages, which is egregious. All right, but if you are looking to go to a DJ conference this year, I'm going to tell you about everyone. There's 11 big conferences, and I'm going to give them to you in order, where they're at, when they're happening, and then I also have a link to all their websites so you can check out more information. I'm basically going to tell you when and where, and then I'm going to let you know if I've been there. I'll give you my opinion on it, what I know about it, and that's it. All right, I'm not going to bullshit you. If I don't know shit about it, you got to do your own research, whatever. If I do know shit about it, I'll let you know. And we're going to go through it, starting with the one that's coming up, okay? The one that's coming up, the Mobile Entertainment Expo MEX in Las Vegas, February 20th to February 2023. It's basically the photo booth expo married to the shell of Mobile Beat kind of thing, I think. And they start, I don't know, it's its own thing now. I went the first year right before the pandemic happened, had a good time. It wasn't a lot of people. It was the first year they ever did it. And then there's a lot of people for the photo booth side, not a lot of people for the DJ side. I heard it got a lot bigger, a lot better. It's in Vegas. A lot of people go to this thing, honestly. Like a lot of people I know are going to this. The DJ D-Man's going. Shouts to D-Man, bunch of people I know. So definitely check that out. February 20th to 23rd coming up. NAMM is the next one after that. April 13th to April 15th in Anaheim. I went to NAMM. NAMM is a show, in my opinion, that everyone should go to once. At least once. You gotta experience it. It's insane. It's a gear show. It's music all around, right? So there's a DJ aspect, right? There's a Pioneer. There's all the DJ brands that are there. And a lot of times they showcase new products. So definitely look for new controllers, new mixers, new speakers, things like that. They'll basically, launch it at NAMM. But then there's also, every drum company, every guitar company, you know what I mean? Music in general. So it's huge, tens and tens of thousands, if not 100, I think it's over 100,000 people go to this thing. It's insane. So, it's definitely a cool experience. It's in California and all that. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend just at least go once. Everybody should experience it, in my opinion. But if I can give you a big piece of advice, there's this thing called NAMthrax. I'm not kidding. It's called, I sound like Joe Biden. Hey, not a joke, not kidding. There's this thing called NAMthrax. There's so many people go to NAMM from all over the world that you just get sick. It's insane. Like when I went there, I'm pretty sure I caught alpha COVID. I was the sickest I've ever been, coming back. I was literally on the plane, just dying. It was the worst. So before you go, if you're planning on going, starting in March, for a full month, start taking vitamins, start taking whatever, I don't know, the vitamin C and the B, whatever. Look up what you need to take to not get sick and start supplementing that shit a month ahead of time. So by the time you get there, you want to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger type immune system. Your immune system should literally be Arnold Schwarzenegger when you get there. Because trust me, it will get you. Even if you're the dude that doesn't get sick or the girl doesn't get sick, I usually don't get sick, it will get you. And it's bad. So just keep that in mind. That's with all conferences too, I guess, because it's always people. But NAMM in particular, there's so many people go to it from all over the world that it gets shaky. Then after NAMM, we have Midwest DJs Live. That's happening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, April 23rd to the 25th. I love this show. I've been to this show 2 or 3 times. 2 times. Yeah, 2 times. I spoke at the one, and then they brought me back, and I was actually the host of the one last year, and I had a great time. I love this show, especially if you're in the Midwest. It's a very well-ran, organized show, great content, great education, great, lots of fun stuff. It's well done. I always praise this show from the mountaintops because it's just a well done, it's a fine-tuned machine, this show. So highly recommend it. If you're in the area, highly recommend this show. First-hand experience, and it just gets better every year. So definitely check that out. Then after this, you have the Lighting and Audio Symposium. So May 8th to the 11th, 2023. This is in Burnsville, Minnesota, also Midwest. Never been to it. It's a private Facebook group, and then you kind of have to contact them for tickets. There's not a real website, to my knowledge. I put the link to the Facebook group if you want to check out more information below. Mike Farino from DJ Idea Sharing, and then Ben Stowe from NLFX Pro are putting on the show. They put on the show, and it's just, to my knowledge, it's a very intensive, like you learn some shit. Like you learn the crazy tech stuff, like very, very like in-depth, the master classes when it comes to tech, to my knowledge. Never been to it though. Check it out. Do your own research, ask around. But I respect Mike and Ben, and I think, they're not going to put their names behind some shit that sucks. So I would recommend it for sure. Then you have the Marquee show. So after that, there's no shows in, wait, that was May, right? Oh yeah, July, there's no shows. Yeah. So then the next month, June, end of June, Marquee. It's about 30 minutes or so outside of Chicago, Schaumburg, Illinois, June 27th to the 29th. I spoke at the show. I attended this show, I think, twice. Great show. Well done. Gets bigger every year. And a lot of people go to this. It's a popular show, and it's definitely grown. Casey's grown it over the years since he started it. He had like a little. I spoke at his first show ever. I'm pretty sure the first one he ever did. It was in Vegas. It was like a pop-up show, pretty much in Vegas, like the same week as Mobile Beat. That's a whole story. Maybe I'll tell that story one day. That's a good story. What happened there? That was fucking nuts with me. Oh my god, when I got kicked out of the. They literally kicked me out of Mobile Beat. Literally, like, escorted me out with security. Fucking assholes. Insane. Anyway, great show. Check it out. Okay. Gets bigger and bigger every year. Got the link in the bio. Marquee, right outside of Chicago there. Then Beat Mix. So some of these shows, by the way, I haven't heard about until, like, I was searching. I was trying to find every show to talk to you guys about, right? This is one of those ones I never really heard about until I was searching, and I found this. So it's Beat Mix Australia. Tweed Heads. I honestly don't know what NSW stands for. I guess it's like one of the, if they have Providences or however their country works. But anyway, it's in Australia. It's on the Gold Coast. It's from August 1st to August 2nd. So it's only like a 2-day thing. So basically, if you're flying there from America, the show lasts as long as your flight does. It seems like a short flow, but it looks cool. Great branding. Everything looked cool online, and I would love to go to Australia. That sounds crazy. So I don't know. That's it's one of the shows I haven't heard about, and I don't know. Hit me up, Beat Mix. let's talk. Down in Australia, but that's happening. Then right after Beat Mix in August is the local show to me. So Atlantic City, DJ X, the old DJ Expo is rebranded to DJ X. That's happening from August 7th to August 10th at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. If you haven't been, this is another show that I feel like everybody should go to at least once. It's a great show. There's a lot of people go. It's probably one of the biggest DJ shows there is. And it's at Hard Rock, which is like the coolest venue ever, to have a DJ show at, because it's really a music history museum. It's such a cool spot. And so I usually go to this is one of the shows I usually go to every year. I'll probably be there this year because it's just right down the road. And definitely check it out. At least get a free exhibits pass and check it out. Then after that, there's not a show for a little while until Wedding NBA. So any people trying to start a show, I feel like September, October is like the sweet spot. But I feel like nobody has a show then because it's literally wedding season. So it makes sense. But there's no shows in July, and there's no shows to my knowledge in September and October. But the next one's Wedding NBA. That's going to be in Vegas, November 6th to November 8th. Wedding MBA is basically, it's for everybody in the wedding industry. So it's not just a DJ show. There's very little DJ content in it. Honestly, it's really more, they have like a showroom floor with like a, photo booth and all that stuff. And then they also have, some education, but the education is like everything, planners, florists, everything, you name it. If you're in the wedding industry, you kind of go to this show. So this show is good for, I feel like if you want to network with other vendors, like non-DJs, which is pretty, networking with DJs is cool, but like the non-DJs are the ones that can really like, I feel like, that's a good thing to do too. They can recommend you can recommend each other and all that. And you can definitely get business from that. A lot of wedding planners go to this. A lot of higher end wedding planners go to this. So definitely a good show to go to. I went one time, but honestly, I just, I spoke at like one of the, what do you call it? It was like a seminar, but like I only spoke for like 10 minutes. They brought me up. It was Stacy, DJ Stacy, Trackstar Stacy. Shouts to her. She brought me up, and I talked for like 10, 15 minutes, and that was it. And I got a free show pass, but I didn't go to anything else. Like I kind of just like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like I went into the showroom floor, and that was it. So I really don't Do your own research. Check it out. Then after that is the DJ Collective. That's going to be held from November 13th to November 16th. The location has not been announced yet, and that's normal. They usually wait to announce it. They're like they go all out, like Joe and Jay, like they basically scout locations. So they'll like travel from city to city and like scout all the different locations and figure out what the best location would be, and then they decide like as it gets a little closer, like in a few months. So that's TBD, but you can still get your tickets and everything. I got a link in the bio, and that's if you haven't heard of the Collective, it's I would say it's the most high end one. It's the show of all shows. It's the most expensive one, but it's also the most high-end one. You get the most high-end experience. It looks crazy. I never been to it. I know a lot of people have. Obviously, like I work for Janai, and like he puts it on and everything. So like I hear about everything, and like it's definitely one of those shows I'm dying to go to one of these days. The problem is it's just in a rough time. So November 13th is literally my fiance's birthday, and November 16th is my son's birthday. So it's beautiful. It literally like starts on my fiance's birthday and ends on my son's birthday. Perfect timing. So I don't know how I'm going to work that shit out, but whatever. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Depends on where it's at too. So we'll figure that out. This show. So right after that show, you have LDI in Las Vegas. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. It's November 30th to December 5th, but then the expo is technically December 3rd to December 5th, I believe. So like one side is like education, one side's like all like a huge showroom floor. It's at the convention center in Las Vegas. I haven't heard of this. I found it. This show's been going on for like 20 something years. It's been going on forever. It's huge. This is the one show that like I found like doing the research like to talk about this to you guys, where I was like, whoa, like I might go to this. I'm not going to lie. Like I think I'm just going to go. Like it looks that cool. I have a link in my description. Definitely check it out. Like it just looks sick. It's like in depth. It's like all the crazy like lighting people and like all like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I watched I watched a couple videos on it, and it just looks so legit, and it looks like they have like such great production and such a huge showroom floor and like all kinds of, I don't know. It just looked cool as shit to me. So I don't know. I definitely thought about it. So check that out. And then the last show of the year, to my knowledge, would be the Harvest of Sound. I love their branding, by the way. Great logo, T-Dubs. Great logo. Boston, Massachusetts is the only show in New England. That's their claim to fame. And it's the only show. It's held in Boston from December 11th to December 13th. And so it's a newer show. I think they're on their third year this year. I believe it's the third year. I haven't been to it yet, but a bunch of my buddies have, and they loved it, and they saw it. Said it was great. I may attend this year. I don't know. I got to see. Yeah, and I guess that's the golden question. Am I going to any of these shows? Like, I might go, like, it's all ifs. So, like, I don't know. I might go to NAMM. I might go to the Expo. I might go to LDI. And I might go to Harvest of Sound. And DJ Collective, it's just such a rough time for me. I would have to, like, literally, you know how it is. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, my whole family's birthdays are in that week. So, like, I would have to bring them, or I would have to, like, do a whole party and, like, celebrate before I go or some shit. Like, it's a tricky situation. So, we'll work that out. But it's all ifs for me. There's no definites on any of these shows. But I invite you all to check them out. Do your own research. I got links in the description right now for all these shows so you can see more information, kind of figure out what one will work best for you. Overall, though, it's always good to attend a trade show. You meet people, you network, you learn shit, you go to the classes. It's a good look overall. It's a great branding and business opportunity. You know, if you have, you have your own multi-ops or your wedding businesses, you can say, hey, listen, we're learning shit over here. And, you kind of post that you're there, and it's always a good look that you're, furthering your education. You're not just doing the same shit every wedding and all that. So, it's just overall, it's a great thing to do. If you haven't been to a show, highly recommend go to one. Do your research, figure out which one would work best. And then also you get to check out a new city if you haven't been to that city or country or whatever, So all around a great thing. So hope to see you guys in one of those shows eventually.